Yo, what's going on guys, it is FoxyDude98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we are here to basically go through and discuss the Formula 1 Fantasy League. Now, I haven't actually mentioned this in a video here on the channel, but I have actually gone ahead and made a league. A lot of you guys have actually joined it because I mentioned it in a community post here on YouTube, and I'm actually getting on my phone. Reason being is I need to get a bit of information up on there. But basically, I'm going to be going through my fantasy league that I've got set up. And also for any of you guys that have not yet joined the fantasy league and you want to know how and you want to get some information on it, I'm here to basically provide that for you. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, what is the F1 Fantasy League, if you guys are unaware? So basically, the F1 Fantasy League is basically a way of it's a bit of fun, basically. So, what the rules are, basically, you have to go ahead and pick 5 drivers and 1 constructor for a budget that you were set of, which is £100 million. Now, you're probably thinking, that's a lot of money, I'm going to go buy all the best drivers. Yeah, they're not actually around. You're going to have to be very careful with what you purchase because you cannot use all the best drivers and all the best constructors because the budget won't let you. You've got to be very tactical with what you do use. Yeah, it's quite interesting how you do that. And then basically what happens is as soon as you've picked your team and it's been saved, your team goes into lockdown at the lights out for qualifying. As soon as the race has finished, you'll then be able to get access back into your team. So in other words, you cannot make any changes to your team from qualifying till the end of the race. That's when it is stopped and you have to keep with what you've got. And you are only allowed when you're editing your team to make 1 save per week. Now, I think that's how it works anyway, because if I'm on here right now, let's say for an example, I get rid of Mercedes and I just chuck in Ferrari as an example. If I go and save my team now, you can see you can only make 1 change to your team per game week, brackets race week, revert to my changes. So as you can see here, I'll revert the change there to put Mercedes back into the constructors. Now, I don't know if that means I can't make any changes up until the end of the Spanish Grand Prix, or if I can't make any changes now until next Monday. I don't really know how that works, so when it comes to next Monday, I'll just find out. If not, then I'll have to make my changes after the Spanish Grand Prix, which isn't really that much of a problem. So anyway, but yeah, so let's have a look then at what my driver lineup is. So you can see it here on your screens. Now, I actually went with quite a bold decision for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and overall, it didn't pay off, is the best way of putting it. It didn't quite work out for me this week. So for my budget, I picked Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Magnussen, Romain Grosjean, Nico Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso, and I picked Mercedes-Benz. Now, overall, it was okay. Now, as you can see, also, I forgot to mention, you can see that Alonso's got a little bit of a T by his name. That basically classes as turbo driver. For any driver, if I just highlight over this, will score double points. Turbo driver only applies to drivers costing 19 million or less. So I actually have Hülkenberg as my turbo driver for, if I go to my team, this is my team that I had for the Baku Grand Prix. So you can see I had Hamilton, Magnussen, Grosjean, Hülkenberg, Alonso, and then Mercedes. So this was my team for this race weekend. So overall, it wasn't actually a great race weekend for me. So I had Lewis Hamilton, who managed to win the Grand Prix, which was brilliant. So I got 45 points overall in total for Hamilton's performance. Kevin Magnussen got me a total of 12 points, which was a little bit frustrating because he did actually get a time penalty for his collision with Pierre Gasly. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's what caused the debris to be put onto the track, which left Bottas with his puncture. Then we've got Romain Grosjean here in the Haas car with a minus 20 points, which is a real shame because obviously he spun it under the safety car and smashed into the wall, and they also had an awful qualifying as well, so it was a race to forget for him. Nico Hülkenberg was my turbo driver, so he actually got minus 8 points, but because it's double points, it doubled my minuses, so I got screwed over in that race. And Fernando Alonso with a good 24 points. To be honest, I probably am, and I've gone into my edit teams, you can see here, I've actually swapped my turbo driver to Fernando Alonso for this one. And the Mercedes-Benz obviously did well. If Bottas won the Grand Prix, then my Mercedes constructor points would have gone up a lot more, but it is what it is. That's the point of the Fantasy League. You don't know what it's going to do, so if you make changes, it might not be the correct change. So, yeah, a little bit annoying, but anyway. So that is how the Fantasy League pretty much works overall, and I've got my own fantasy league. It's called Foxy Dude Fantasy F1. You're probably thinking, why is it fantasy? You probably spelt it wrong trying to think of it as fancy. No, I literally am calling it Fantasy F1. It's a thing. Like, I made Supreme Leader a thing, so I can make anything else a thing. I know I'm not looking. I'm trying to grab up the code in case you guys need it. You might need the code to get in. So, if you guys, for any reason, have not signed up to the Fantasy League yet, I highly recommend you go do it. If you want to sign up to the Fantasy League, all you've got to do is just make an email account, anyone that you want. Put in, you know, a password that you want. It doesn't have to be your email password, just any password for you to log in. And you can roll on from there. And that's it. You just have to do that. That's all you got to do, and you can jump into the Fantasy League and have a load of fun. So you can see here, we've got plenty of people that have joined the league already. And of course, I haven't even made a video on it yet. I literally just put a community post on my community page for YouTube. Obviously, not everyone's going to see it that way. So if you guys would like to join the league, obviously it is called Foxy Dude Fantasy F1. Oh, don't put league in because it's just calling it that league, but it's Foxy Dude Fantasy F1. I don't even know. Shall I make it like a, what's that? Formula? No. Foxy always negotiates treaties. Annoyingly, I don't know. I'm lost now. I'll think of something. Moving on then, so as you can see, we've got everyone's points that have come on through. We've got obviously some people that may have not even selected a team yet. Some that have had an absolutely awful weekend. In general, I'm not sure. Now, I tried this last time. Now, let me go on to Lewis Darwin's. Okay, it's working. I can see people's teams. When I tried to do the video earlier, it wouldn't let me. So, as you can see then, top of the table so far then is Lewis's team, or Samuel, currently top of the table. He's on 201 points. An awesome weekend. Fair play to him. So, he went with Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso as the turbo driver to give him extra points, Magnussen, Perez, and Force India. I'll tell you what, actually. I'm just trying to think how his points worked out. So he got the most points with Alonso because of the turbo driver. Hamilton did him really well. Vettel and Magnussen let him down. But then Perez and Force India really helped him a lot. So fair play to him. He's done a great job there. Right, so this guy here, Osmansky F1 team. He's actually literally, if I just go onto this new tab here, he's actually just tweeted me here. Good position, game on, can't wait for Spain. And he's actually shout out the league there. So that's awesome for him. So you can see that he's actually in 6th place at the moment, and you can see which leagues he's in. I can tell you he's in my league, and he's also in Ara's league, and he's in the Twitter league. So nice to see that he's in a couple of leagues there. So we're going to go and have a look at his team then and basically stalk it. So what he went with then for his league is he went with Sebastian Vettel, who actually got him. Who got him the most points then? It's Ferrari that got him the most points. 55 points for Ferrari, 12 for Kevin Magnussen. Alonso with the turbo driver, yeah, getting him the points. Got Perez, Vettel, and then he got Hulkenberg. Unfortunately, lost him a few points there as well. But it's quite close, actually, because this guy's actually got quite an interesting... Wow, okay, what's he got here? So he's got 48 points for Alonso. Obviously, Force India. Raikkonen did well, actually, points-wise. Perez, Charles Leclerc, and Pierre Gasly. Wow, he picked... Wow, of course he picked Charles Leclerc. People would just pick them out of random. But then you can see we've got plenty. I'm going to go for a couple, and just basically what is going to happen is every time the point system updates again, there'll be a new video. This won't be weekly. It'll literally just be after a video's gone live. Let's go and have a look at that at Reese, my cousin Reese. Let's see how he got along then in this week. So you can see he did pretty well overall, actually. He just lost out with Hulkenberg crashing out. Got good points from Magnussen, Mercedes. Again, he turbo-drived Alonso. Unfortunately, I turbo-drived Hulkenberg. Van Dorn getting some points and Hamilton there as well. So it's a good start for Reese overall. And as we drop down here, we've got a couple more. We've got Finnell here, actually, who's got a decent team. Let's see. I'm just going to basically stalk everyone. I'm basically exposing what your teams are. So he's got McLaren with some good points there. Hamilton with some good ones. Magnussen again. A lot of people seem to be turbo-driving Fernando Alonso, and I kind of don't blame them. You can actually even turbo Max Verstappen. He'll actually work. That's a big one to go with. I'd probably turbo Verstappen if I was Finnell. Although, of course, Verstappen's crashed in every race, so why would you? But he's got Verstappen and Ricciardo, which is a little bit awkward because they smashed into each other. Oh dear. Let's see who else we've got then. Who else shall I shout? You can see that I am currently quite far down the order. Not a good weekend for me. Let's go with Scuderia Forza Ferrari. And he's obviously going to have Vettel and Ferrari because he's pretty much there. And he pretty much got messed up by Grosjean and Ricciardo. So did I. I got messed up by Grosjean as well. In fact, if I go back to my team, wherever it may be, here it is. You can see here that if I load it up, you can see how I got on. So I got good points on Hamilton, got it on Mercedes, Alonso was there as well, Magnussen got me a few, and then unfortunately I lost 36 points from Hulkenberg and Grosjean. So if Hulkenberg and Grosjean just stayed in the race and did what they were meant to do, we actually would have got a very good weekend. So, yeah, but that's the point. That's the beauty of the fan. No to Halo. Oh my god, you've got the best name ever. Oh, I can't even view it. Oh, well, that's a bit upsetting. Then I won't view you. It's fine. I will never view your name. Oh, it's going to tell me now that I can't load anyone up. Is that how we're going to do it now? It's not going to work like that, is it? Because I'll just do that. Ha, now I'm back in it. What are you going to do now, F1? Yeah, come at me. I want to see your team. Do you know what? I'll do this then. Now I'll see it. Do I have to refresh? Okay, so it looks like if I'm going to see people's teams, I'm just going to have to keep refreshing every time. So no to Halo. He actually had... It got a good one for Carlos Sainz. Got 52 points for Sainz. Got a good one for Renault. Hulkenberg, he got let down heavily. Wow. He lost more points than I did. It's because he got the big boost for Sainz. Because he got hurt by Ricciardo, Verstappen and Hulkenberg, but he got less points dropped overall, and Vettel in there as well. So a lot of people doing decent. And who's at the bottom? Aston Martin Racing with 20 points. Who? Ooh. Okay, that's probably why he dropped 20 points. Jeez, he's had a poor weekend this time around. He got Red Bull in there. Red Bull still got 19 points. I mean, it's not terrible. Lost out heavily with Verstappen. He did the same thing as me and Turboed Hulkenberg and got 16 on him. Got points for Van Dorn. Then he lost out on Ricciardo. Yeah, that's not a brilliant one. But how has this guy got 0 points? Has he just not, like, started a team yet? User not found. He's probably got rid of his name. Yeah, he's got rid of his name. That's a bit upsetting for him. And then we've got everyone else around there. Who else should I look at? Who else is up top then? Near here. Shui F1. I like that name. Oh, for God's sake. F1. Just work properly. The Fantasy League is a bit slow. So kind of be wary of that when you're doing it. Yeah, guys. That is going to be it pretty much for the F1 Fantasy League. It's just an update video. I'm going to be doing this every time it comes on around. I'm going to be making sure to make adjustments to my squads as well. And squad? That's a bit weird to say. But yeah, also you can see the prices of every single driver here. So you can pick which ones you want to go through and sort out. And again, you're allowed to turbo driver one person. Now, honestly, if Verstappen gets his head in gear, if you have him in your team, I highly recommend putting him as your turbo driver. But he's not really on form at the moment. And then you can see all the constructors here. Sauber only 5 million. So it's sort of like, where do you want your points to lie? Do you want your points to lie with the drivers? Do you want to go all out, get some big guns, and then take the disadvantage of having some slow ones? Do you want to try and middle it out? And it's just a bit of fun, basically. But guys, if you want to enter this league as well, don't forget to type in the league name itself. It is obviously Foxy Dude Fantasy F1, because why not? Just because it's funny. And if you do need a code to enter in, I'll leave it on the screen somewhere. It is 9C2629 if you'd like to join. But that's going to be it from me today. If you have enjoyed the video, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. And I will see you guys after the end of the Spanish Grand Prix, which will be in like 10 days plus or so. Or the next race is on the 12th of May, so that helps me out. So it will be every Wednesday after a Grand Prix that I'll be doing these update videos to keep you guys involved in the Fantasy League. Just to keep it relevant, keep it flowing, so it actually does mean something. And I can keep an eye... Nice hiccup there. Keep an eye out on where you guys are at. And I will be keeping an eye out on where all you guys are at. I don't know what official Mercedes is. I didn't join an official Mercedes league. This guy's got 246 points. Damn, who did he pick? Wow, he literally just... He picked... Oh my god, he turboed Perez. Oh, fair play. He's turboed Perez there and got an absolute baller out of that one. Fair play to you, my friend. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys next time. Take care all, guys. Peace.